All right, what's up, people? So, just want to discuss on the subject of anger, and is there anything that anger is good for? Nope. When I think about when I've utilized anger, and the only time it was productive is when I was pushing some heavy ass weight, and I was frustrated because my mind and mood might not have been there, so I was angry that it wasn't getting off my chest. So that drive and that mindset and emotion that I channeled into that weight got the weight up. Or from running up a hill and the lactic acid in my calves is burning and it's on fire, and I'm pissed off because this lactic acid is trying to stop me from completing the goal of getting to the top of this hill at a certain amount of speed. So I get pissed off and I rechannel that anger, and then it actually is converted to positiveness because I got to the top of the hill. But when you deal with anger with people, and if people piss you off, or if communication walls are jammed, and you have a conflict and misunderstanding, and you get angry, and you may say angry things, and you say things to trigger people and say things to almost inflict verbal harm or inflict intentional responses because you're angry at this person, is just not conducive. It's just not productive. Especially if you get caught in a different mood, you may be hungry, you think that you're having a bad day because all the powers to be are coming down on you right then and there, and somebody just says something or catches you or keeps ringing your bell with the same stupid stuff, and you subject to it, and you let your mind dwell on it too much, and you're angry. It's just the devil. It's just the devil. It's what they want, man. You know, the hard, being strong, shutting your mouth and calming down and reflecting on the situation. Well, that's being strong. And I say this stuff because I become victims of the situation all the time, and in years and years you try to practice, you become better. You are getting better, but you will be tested, and you will always be tested, man. And it may take a lifetime to master controlling certain aspects of yours. So the key to controlling this anger is to keep your mouth shut. Don't respond at the moment. Let it simmer. But what's actually happening is that anger emotion is leaving you, and you occupy your mind with something else positive, and you know, reflecting on that negative anger magnet that attracts more brutal thoughts to the situation and increases and increases, and you're on fire. And people think that their tempers and their rage is the answer, and think it feels so good. And some people just get physical and beat the hell out of people and do violent things, and they think that it's so relieved after releasing the anger. The consequences are brutal after that. You got self-consequences because you feel like crap because you acted a fool. You're dumb. You said dumb things. It's not you. It's outside your character, and you have the knowledge in your head, and you don't use it. It's just brutal. So in order to change that cycle, you got to become conscious, man. You got to know your triggers, your cues. You got to calm down, reevaluate, recalculate, and let those thoughts go, and keep your mouth shut. Because it's like this anger is just not productive, and there's a lot of angry people in the world, and people experience anger in different levels, and they project it back in different ways. And you know what? We just have to accept the diversity, personalities, and capacity of thinking in different people, man. And we go so wrong when we think that people are thinking like we're thinking, because they're not. Even the tightest people and the soulmates of the world, who may live and die every single day together, still don't think the same. And although we want them to, although we want them to embrace the kind of thinking and the kind of capacity of understanding, just not. Because God did not make us like that. God made it complicated for us to be different. So if you're going to appreciate the next person's differences and appreciate the next person's statuses, God wants you to work to understand that and not try to override that. And that's the humbling factor. Some things are compatible and some things just aren't. Somebody has to take the lead on the higher understanding of life that's projecting a journey that is conducive for all parties. If you find yourself constantly arise with that anger and emotion and conflict with people, you need to evaluate the relationship. You need to evaluate what's trying to be said and what's not being heard. But make no doubt about it, anger is weakness. Saying nothing, doing nothing out of haste, out of anger is strength. Why? It wouldn't be strength if it didn't feel so hard to resist expressing anger. It's just not conducive. It may be threatening and violent, and your character that moment might scare people and shut them up for the moment, but it doesn't change a thing. Gotta control the anger. And anger's real. We all are frustrated and angry every day at some point in time, and it depends how much you want to stack that fuel deck of anger into your life and make a situation more and more. The situation be so small, we blow it up. Because at that time, our mood, our nutrition, our neurons, our brain ain't functioning capacity. And you're sick, you're tired of hearing the same BS, and you just want to flip out your wig and do some stupid ass shit and put yourself in a bad position to think about it. Make no doubt about it. The hardest thing to do in life is to control your anger, keep your mouth shut, humble up, accept people for who they are. That's the challenge, people. Trust me on that. That's the challenge. You know how you ride driving, people driving crazy, cut you off, honk your horn, don't let you in. Everybody making faces, everybody saying something. Everybody mad as hell these days. And this is why the world is what it is. So how you can make a difference in this society is try to control your anger better. Like I try to control my anger. I speak a lot of powerful stuff, but this flip side is anger in every aspect of life, and that's the test. It's all a test. You have the opportunity to pass it or not. Sometimes you got to fail a couple times before you pass it, but you know what? If you keep failing the same freaking test, hang that shit up, man. You got to figure out something different. Message is, expressing your anger is weakness. It may feel so good to let it go. If you let it go productively, strength training, resistance, punching a bag, get your cardio in, you channeled it correctly. You got that exited negative ions out your system properly. If you don't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. If you don't got nothing to make a situation, solutions, and better people's lives better, don't say nothing. Just don't say nothing. If you're not making change around your circumference, don't say nothing. If you're not lifting people up, making them better, making them feel prouder about themselves, helping them get out of their weaknesses, don't say nothing. It's my advice. If you're not going to play a conducive component in anybody's life, family, friend, or foe, don't say nothing. That's the best advice to get you. Keep your mouth quiet unless you're bringing solutions to the table and making people better. It's a downline. You can live by that. Practice it every single day. God bless you guys.